Hello my YouTube friends, I'm back. Okay, first things first, if this is your first time on my channel and you finish this video and you think you like what you see, you enjoying following up with budgeting or expenditures for the pay period or month or whatever you prefer, if you like that, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment as you go perhaps, and give me your suggestions. Tell me what you think about my budgeting style. I'm still learning, so therefore I am really open to suggestions, and I will definitely consider if anything is makes sense to my lifestyle. Yeah, so if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, like this video, so on, all these YouTube things. Now let's go to my video. On my previous video, I'm first of all, I'm very behind. Today's April the 15th, and I'm doing a budget for April the 5th to the 18th. I'm trying to be true to myself and to you guys watching. I'm not looking at my numbers. I know what I've spent in a sense. I don't know the total numbers and things like that, but I'm keeping my budget in mind when I'm spending the money that I'm spending. Yeah, so even though it's still a blank paper here, I am thinking when I'm spending money, I'm thinking on my previous budget and how close I want to get to that amount, which will be the same for this one. Okay, so the planning is very consistent in a sense. You will see the numbers will shift here and there, but the numbers overall should be very consistent, and I want to keep that way because I have a long-term plan, which is retired, save enough money to buy a property. My intention is to have a property here where I live in Canada, but you know what? I am 43 years old, and that may not be possible for me due to, not having savings, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I intend to have a property, if not here, maybe back home. And once I retire, I can always go back there. So those are plans for another day, not today. Today we're here for budgeting. So as you know, my pay has now been reduced a little bit. That's because of taxes and all that. For some reason, there is some sort of tax that's now eating $7 out of my budget. Yeah, but here we are. We're gonna deal with the issue because we need to face them. Okay, my pay now is 1,017 or 701. That's my bi-weekly pay. That's set. I receive salary. This does not vary. Well, it varied recently, obviously, but it usually does not vary. If you remember from my last video, I had a rollover of 155 and 35 cents. So add that as income. And the goal is to have whatever is rollover into the next pay to cover for rent. And every pay, I'm considering half of the rent as an expense. Well, when the rent is due on that pay period, it's a full expense. Okay, so I'm gonna leave savings for now because I want to get back to that once we have the whole thing settled. So my rent, I'm gonna settle for half of the rent, which is roughly $642. So I will budget for that to accumulate that money for the next pay. My hydro will be due on the 15th. I will just actually say 15. So this is on the 1st. So, but I am doing half. And my cell phone is also due on the 15th. My cell phone, We have established I pay a lot of for cell phone, but for now it is what it is. 62.18, that's usually how much my hydro is. I don't think I've received my hydro bill yet. Let me double check, hold on. Okay, I actually received my bill. It's actually not gonna be on the 15, will be on the 12, but I'll keep it 15 because no, it will be before, so 12. And it's not 62. That messes up with my whole planning. The actual amount, I will just put it here. Oh gosh, will be 57.58, which is usually the amount that I usually pay. For some reason last month was higher, so it was, you know, considering that as the new amount. But sure, I will take 57.58 anytime over 62. Fine. Okay, I was going to check my cell phone, but my cell phone it's settled on that, so I know for a fact that it's not gonna change unless I do roaming or something that it's not part of my plan. But my plan is very inclusive. So this is 117.06. That's very standard. So actually I'm gonna move it. Yeah, it looks bad, but whatever. So those are my fixed expenses. My variables I will keep just like last time. I'll keep $100. Eating out, because now we have a little difference. Maybe eating out I will do $30. So let me $30 for eating out, because we have established that I spend a lot of money on that. Uber I'll keep $15. You know, I feel like that's a fair amount, and every now and then we pass, that's fair. Yeah, and I'll keep $50 for the pet. And here I have that slash other, because whatever lands here, when I have to pay my debt, my credit cards, fine, I will pay that, and that will be large amount. When whatever is not due during that pay period will be considered other and will be rolled over to the next. Okay, so here is either debt or rollover. I don't want to add too many lines because I want to keep consistent, small, yeah, because otherwise get too complex. Okay, so this pay period I'll be paying my credit cards, so that's by default is 604, but I would not include 604 yet because I want to make sure I have enough, and I want to know how much extra on top of the 604 will be left for the rollover portion. Okay, so my savings, I was planning, okay, so let's start with this. So plus 155.35, that's the rollover from last month. So I have a total 1,855.36, the amount coming in. I'm thinking, because I've sort of mapped out these numbers ahead of time, so I'm tending to put in savings, not 79 like I've been doing, but $100 this time. So just include the $100. So this is minus 100. So total available income or cash will be $1,755.36. So this will be 17.5. My total fixed will be 800. My variables, okay, I have a 604 here for credit card, so we'll add that because that needs to be added. I will add to the other ones, plus then from the top $100 for groceries, $30 for eating out, $15 for Uber, and $50 for pet. So considering 604 here, plus 604, I will have 799 $100 as variables. Okay, so if I get 799 plus 816 and 64 cents minus this, let's see how much is left to be added to the rollover. Maybe I should, okay, rollover. So this will be 604 to make it easier visually. So let me just, okay, let's see how much will be here. So 799 plus $816 on my account will be 1755.36. I will have 130. Okay, so this is the amount that will go to the next pay to be considered for the rent. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And because this pay period is almost over, I don't know how much I spent, but for now we will consider the 139.72 rollover amount. I'll put it here, 2. Okay, I hope this is correct. Let me just do it again. Correct. Okay, so the numbers are correct. So 139.72 will be rolled over to the next pay. Okay, so this will come back after the 18th to do the calculation and see if I spend more money than what I planned for. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. I'll save for the calculations later on when I come back. Now let's plan for the next pay period, which is April 19th to May the 2nd. Today is April the 15th. I'm doing this a few days ahead of time because I'm trying to catch up. I was really behind. So let's do this. So I have a rollover of 139.70. I'm not including tuition this time because I may pay for tuition after this pay period, but I will consider that if I'm gonna take that amount from my savings, so I'm not getting behind on the rental portion that I mentioned before. So I still don't know how I'm gonna do that. But for now, let's roll with this. Okay. Okay, for savings, I intend to do $100 again. So this is minus. Other, I will leave that for, if I spend money on tuition. I don't think I will spend money on tuition on this pay period because I'll be traveling between this pay period. And because of that, I have not enrolled in any courses as of yet. I will probably enroll any courses when I come back, which is right after May 2nd. And then at that point, I will consider what I have, like what kind of courses I can enroll at that point. Because I knew I had this vacation coming up, I decided not to enroll in any course so I don't get behind. Okay, fixed expenses. For this pay period, I'll pay rent, and because I considered half of the rent from the last pay period, I have the full amount being deducted now as a whole. So that will be $1283.53. My internet will be my Netflix is a standard amount. I pay the minimal package, which is $677 with all the commercials and so on. So my transportation is $143, so it'll be a fat fixed month. Groceries, I'm considering again the same amount for the time being. Eating out $30. Summer months, are coming. Lots of people want to get together, and although I most times I spend money on eating out for work days, I will try my very best to not do that and save that money for eating out to meet my friends and join them for summer, because that's good for the mind and for the soul. I am again budgeting $50 for my pet. She does have grooming every other month, and obviously food and all that. So that's I'm considering $50 every paycheck for that reason. Okay, the rollover amount I will wait until the end so we can do the math and see how much will be left for rollover for the next pay period. Okay, so I have 17,001 cents. That's my income plus rollover of 139.72. So both here is 1839.73 minus $100 into savings. I keep my savings going because at when an emergency comes up, I want to make sure I have my savings. I am 43 years old. I feel like I have to mention this all the time, and because I hope every single video of mine comes with someone new, and I feel like that those are kind of important things to be mentioned. So the total amount after my $100 saving is $1739.73. That's my available cash to spend on this. Okay, so let's see how much I'm gonna spend on my fixed. That will be $1283.53. That's my rent. $57.57. That's my internet. $677. That's my Netflix. And transportation $143. Now my variables, $100 plus $30 for eating out, $15 for Uber, $50 for my pet. I have a subtotal of $195 plus the total of fixed $1490.80. I have a subtotal of my fixed expenses and my variables other than my rollover. It's $1,680, and I will subtract from my available cash, just minus 1739.73. So that's the amount that will go to the next pay to cover future expenses. I work, as you can tell, on a zero budget, which means every dollar is allocated to something, and because at the same time I don't want to leave my account ever 100% empty. Any rollover stays within the account to be considered for the next paycheck. Okay, this is not money to be spent elsewhere. So far I think I have been very consistent in bringing that extra money or rollover into the next pay. Seems to be working for me so far, so hopefully I'll keep that way. So $53.93 is the amount that will go for the next pay, but let's do the math again just to make sure everything is correct. So 17, that's my base salary. I have a rollover of $139.72. So total amount of income money, it's $1839.73, but I will deduct $100 for savings, so leaves me with $1739.73 available cash to pay the bills. Okay, so let's do again the fixed $1283.53. Oops. 677 143. Oh, now there's 7 cents more. Okay, so something went wrong. 143, 53. Okay, so here is 87. So 53.9. Okay, let's do that again. 1283.53 plus 50, and I will include the 53.86, and my total will be 248.86. So this amount plus this 1490.87, that should be equal this. Yes, correct. So this is my plan, my budget plan for the next pay period. So I'm combining both so I can finally get ahead of the game, and I'll come back next week with the totals for the pay period of April 5th to April 18th, which is just around the corner. I have not done the math, so hopefully I will keep the budget as planned. Yeah, I'm sorry this is not neat. I know YouTube, the videos I watch, most people have very nice and neat budget planners. Yeah, I am more I keep my budget, I do this more for YouTube actually, but I keep my budget more on my computer, and as I'm talking to you, I am including that information on my spreadsheet. And yeah, that's why it's not neat, but you know, it's truthful. I do the math before your eyes, and I hope you like what you see. Yeah, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you think, where you think I truthful think I realize I pay a lot for my cell phone. Maybe I can shed some extra dollars from there, but for now I feel like I'm doing okay. I spent much more money before, and now I feel like I'm very conscious and very aware of my spending, and that's reflecting on being able to pay my credit cards. Yeah, I will talk about it on a different video. I will actually populate the numbers over here. So Netflix will be 677. Hydro, oh, Hydro was on the previous one. Hydro, and I think that's it, right? Yeah. Yes. So I will be back for more next week. Stay tuned. Bye.